Hi, welcome to our channel Mansa Tutorials. This is Mansa. Today we are going to start a new session of our English grammar. So in our previous class we have briefly studied about parts of speech, isn't it? So today we are going to start individually we are going to learn each parts of speech. So today our first topic of our parts of speech is nouns. So today we are going to discuss about what is noun and what are different types of nouns. Okay? So let's start our class. Before starting our class, if you have any doubts or any requirement of videos, please mention them in the comment section so that I can approach you through comments. Now let's start our class. So our first session, what we are going to discuss is nouns. So what is a noun? So noun is a part of speech which is describing what? It describes name of a person, name of a place, thing, isn't it? So we have discussed about this in our previous classes also. So today we are going to see what are the different types of nouns we are having. So what are the different types of nouns? So now we will discuss how many types of nouns are there. First thing, common noun, proper noun, concerted noun, abstract noun, collective noun, compound noun, countable nouns, uncountable nouns. So totally we are having 8 types of nouns. What are they? Common noun, proper noun, collective noun, compound noun, concerted noun, abstract noun, countable noun, uncountable nouns. So totally we are having 8 different types of nouns. So we have discussed noun is a name of a person, place, thing, etc. So today we are going to see each noun, different types of nouns we have seen, each noun explanation, definition and examples we will discuss in our class. So what is common noun? So common noun is something, name given to group of people, or it is a name given to a class of persons, places or animals. Means commonly we call them like that. It is not specifical. It is not specific. Concernly we are not speaking. We are just talking about a group of things. We are talking about a group of people. So what we are doing, it is not mentioned specifically. It is being done in a group. So we discuss, commonly we call that. So name given to a class of persons, places, animals or things are called what? Common nouns. So examples of common nouns we will see. So what are the examples of common noun? Man, animal, birds, insects. So what is this? I am saying man or I say animals. Did I specify any animal name? No, I was just saying animals. Means what I am doing? Commonly I am calling it. I am not giving the specific name. So that is the reason these are called what? Common nouns. We doesn't specify them. Understood? So example, children played in a park that was close to my house. Children played in a park that was close to my house. So here I was just saying park. I did not mention the specific name of the park. I was just saying park. So what does means when in the same way insects. So insects are of different types, no? Mosquito, housefly, these are housefly, dragonfly, these all are there. But I did not specify any name. I was just saying insects. So what I am talking commonly about insects. So when we don't specify anything, we are just calling it in a group. We are just calling in a means talking about a group of things. Then we call class of things. Then then at that point what we use? This common nouns. So common nouns are usually prefixed by an indefinite article a. You know why? Because there may be, see, a insect means a park, means we use this article in front of the common noun whatever we are using. So what is common noun? Name given to a class of persons or place, animal or things is called what? Common noun. So we are going to discuss next noun, that is proper noun. So what is a proper noun? Name given to a specific person or place or animal or thing. This is called what? Proper noun. So what we discussed in common noun initially, it is a class of people. But when we are talking about proper noun, what we are talking, it is concerned or related to a specific person or specific place or specific thing. So what are the examples? See, I doesn't say students. Students means what? I'm talking about common people, student, group of people. But I'm saying Karthik is a student. Then what I'm specifying that Karthik is one of the person. I'm using what? Proper noun. So the name of a person specifically I'm using as Karthik. And I want to use I'm going to a place. I didn't say like that. I'm going to a city. I didn't say like that. I am visiting Chennai. So I'm specifying the name. Okay, I'm specifying the name of that particular place. So there, that is the common noun. So example, you see, Pooja is my friend and companion. So what I'm saying, I am not saying she is my friend and companion. What I'm saying, Pooja is my friend and companion. So what I'm using, specifically I'm using that nouns. Understood? So here Pooja is what? Proper noun. In the same way, proper noun, we have a note here. That is, as proper noun is specifying certain thing, we use here the. Understood? So in front of proper noun, we use the. Example, the White House is the home of the president. The White House is the home of the president. Here what I'm doing, I can't say White House is the home of the president, because here I am specifying White House. Understood? So the White House is the home of the president. Here proper noun, properly specifying, I'm specifying that White House is the home of the president. So I'm specifically telling. That is the reason when we are using proper nouns, what happens, we need to use a prefix called the in front of the proper noun. And at the same time, in our first class, what we have discussed in the fundamentals, all the proper nouns should begin with what? Capital letters, isn't it? So here proper noun, we are using Pooja as proper noun. So what? P should be in capital. White House, here proper noun. So W should be in capitals, because as we have already discussed in our previous classes, all the proper nouns should start with capital letter. So what are proper nouns? When we specifically call a person name or a thing or any animal name, then what it is called? Proper noun. So these proper nouns should start with capital letter and they always have a prefix the. So next noun we are going to discuss. So what is that? Concerted noun. So what is concerted noun? Something which is talking about material things. So name given to the material things, such as things that appear physically, are called concerted noun. So things which are appearing physically are called what? Concerted, means which you can see with your eyes. These all are what? Concerted nouns. So example like computer, house, car, these all are what? Material things which we can see with our eyes, which we can sense. No? So these all are called what? Concerted nouns. So one of the example, the computer in the office needed to be repaired. The computer in the office needed to be repaired. Here computer is what? Concerted noun. So concerted nouns means what? All material things are called concerted nouns. So there is one note for this concerted nouns. What is that? These nouns can be sensed with our five senses, like they can be, we can see them, touch them, feel them, sense them. Understood? So these concerted nouns are what? We can sense them. Whatever we are seeing, hearing, touching, smelling. So these, not smelling, whatever we smell, whatever we see, whatever we touch, whatever we feel. So these all are what? Concerted nouns. Means all the material things are called what? Concerted nouns. So next noun is abstract noun. So abstract noun is exactly opposite of concerted noun. That is what we discussed in concerted noun, something that can be, we can touch them, or the material thing is called concerted noun. So when we are coming to abstract noun, that is not a material, means they are non-tangible things. That is, we cannot touch or feel them, we can sense them. You understand? That means it's like an emotion or quality, or it's a concept. Understood? So name given to the concept or feeling or emotion or quality and state are called what? Abstract nouns. That means you understand what I mean to say is this, the words whatever come under concerted nouns are like emotions, love, anger, fear. These all are what? Concerted nouns. At the same time, beautiful, strong, weakness, weak. These all are what? Abstract nouns. So few of the examples are like when we see quality. I said what? Concerted nouns, abstract nouns have are means what they possess. They either be a quality of something or they can be concept or feeling or emotion of something, or it can be state. So when we see quality, examples of quality, it can be goodness, weakness, kindness, etc. These all are. Now when we are coming to second thing what I said, emotional feeling, like what? Love, fear, kind. These all are what? Emotions. Now another thing what we have discussed, state. What is that state? Childhood, poverty, slavery. These all are what? It is means expressing their state. It is expressing their state. See, it is under poverty or they are under poverty. So what we are saying? We are saying their situation or their current position. So what? To express that also what we use? Abstract nouns. Abstract noun. One of the example is honesty is the best policy. Here honesty is what? You can sense honesty but you can't touch and feel honesty, isn't it? At the same time policy, it is also. So what are these abstract nouns? Means you cannot sense them with your sense organs. Like it is, these nouns cannot be sensed with our five senses. Are called what? Abstract nouns. So when now up to now how many nouns we have discussed? 4 nouns. What are they? Common noun, proper noun, concerted noun, abstract noun. So now we are going to discuss about collective noun. This is one of the most interesting noun because it is giving, see, we call something when they are in group, we call them with one specific name. That is known as what? Collective noun. Name given to a common group of persons or objects are called what? Collective nouns. So example we'll see. Family. So we are calling something as family. Is it, means I call something as family, but it is of what? Group of people living together, no? A father, mother, children together form what? Family. So collectively I have given a name called what? Family. We call them what? Family. In the same way, army. So what is army? Group of soldiers living together, isn't it? So group of soldiers is called army. Bunch. See, bunch of keys we say. What? N number of keys together they are there. Then what we call them? Bunch of keys. So these are the collective nouns. So example, a team of players. So group of players, we can say group of players, but when you say a team of players, it is giving some good look to your speech, isn't it? It brings some quality to your speech. Like when you say group of keys, we can't say bunch of keys. What it is giving? It is giving good expressiveness to your speech. That is the reason collective nouns are used, means to make our speech somewhat expressive or somewhat effective. So for that purpose we use this collective nouns. So few of the examples. A band of musicians. We can say group of musicians, but when you are saying a band of musicians, what it is doing? It is giving some intense, it is giving some effect to your speech. So what are collective nouns? Names given to a group of people or objects together are called what? Collective nouns. So examples are a team of players, a bunch of keys, a gang of thieves, band of musicians. These all are what? Examples of collective nouns. Now, what is this specifying? Collective nouns convey the single entity of multiple persons. I say family, but in that family there may be a number to 4 to 5, 3 to 10, isn't it? But there may be multiple people, but I am using singular one. Family, I am using a single term. So in the same way when I am talking, so a family, it's not as many people are there, we can't say families. Means a families, like that we can't say. A family. So we are using a in front of this collective noun, whatever we are using. Like thieves are more, but still we use a gang of thieves. we are using what? Singular list. Means group of people, we are specifying them with what? We are calling them as single entity. It may be a group of people, but collective nouns are helpful for means they are helping us to call them in a single entity. Family may be a group of people, but what we are doing, it is giving a meaning like single entity. That family may have any number of numbers in them, but what I am saying, collective noun is specifically giving what? See, it is what? Mentioning single entity. Understood? So now we are going to discuss the next noun. What is that? Compound noun. So compound noun means name given to the noun that are made up of two or more words. Means any noun which is made up of two or more words, then that noun is called what? Compound noun. So what are that examples? See, mother-in-law. Here, how many words we are using? Mother. One noun we are using mother. In, one preposition we are using. Law, again we are using noun. So what is this? Mother-in-law. Policeman. Police is one word. Man is one word. Isn't it? Grasshopper. Grass is one word. Hopper is one word. Isn't it? What is happening? Means I am using more than one word in this noun. So nouns which are having more than one word are called what? Compound nouns. Okay. So what are the examples? Highway. Here see, high is different, way is different. But what we are calling, combinedly we are calling it as highway. So more than one word I am using. So that is the reason these are called what? Compound nouns. Highway, policeman, grasshopper, mother-in-law. These all are what? Examples of compound noun. So the thief caught by the policeman. Here what is the compound noun? Policeman. So now we are going to discuss about countable nouns. So what are countable nouns? Name given to the noun that can be counted, whether it is a singular or, see, when you are talking about single thing, or you may talk about plural things, but you can count them. Such nouns are called what? Countable nouns, for which we can give a specific number. Such nouns are called what? Countable nouns. Example, book. Isn't it? See, if you have 10 books, you can say 10 books because you can count them. 20 books, you can count them. 30 books, you can count them. 40 books, you can count them. So what they are called? Once something which you can count. Understood? They are called what? Countable nouns. Example, you see, my brother bought a car. Understood what I am saying? Means bought a car. I am using a, means one car. My brother bought one car. I take 2 tablets when I get fever. How many tablets I am taking? 2 tablets. I am showing its count. So the countable nouns can be, means the countable nouns are some nouns which can be counted. Either they may be means 1 or 2 or many. It can be any number. But when we are able to count that, then that nouns are called countable nouns. So these countable nouns can be preceded by a number or an indefinite article a. Because why you can precede that with a number or you give an article? If you are talking about single thing, you are talking about one car, then a car. So what I am using? I am using an article a, isn't it? If I am talking about 2 cars, 2 cars. So what I am using? I am using a number. I am preceding my noun with a number. Understood? So what is one note point what we can see here is that countable nouns can be preceded by a. Preceded means what? In front of that noun we can give article a, indefinite article a, which means what? Expressing single thing, and at the same time we can precede that with a number. Means if the number is more than 1, then we can specify that particular number in the countable nouns. Understood? So now we are going to see the next one, that is uncountable nouns. So what are uncountable nouns? Which cannot be counted. So countable nouns means we can count them, we can give a specific number, but when we are talking about uncountable nouns, they cannot be counted. Such nouns are called what? Uncountable. Uncountable nouns. Examples what? Water. Can we count water? No. Can we count sugar? No. Can we count tea? Coffee? No. So what? We cannot count the number. exact number, we cannot give its number. So what they are called? Uncountable nouns. So example, see, these uncountable nouns cannot be preceded by a number, or they cannot be used with an indefinite article a, because you get a water, we can't say a water, we don't know water, we can't say like that. In the same way, we can't say a coffee, a tea, we can't say this because we cannot say that it is a single thing, okay, and at the same time we cannot say that it is a plural form. So that is the reason here we cannot use any number in front of this noun or any article like a or an in front of this noun. So in which way we can call this is, here these uncountable nouns can be measured, means these are measurable, so they will be or we can call them by using, like to say that a glass of water, a cup of tea. So we say like this, we use measure, means these are expressed with measurable terms. See, whenever you want water, so how you say give me a glass of water, isn't it? So what you are saying, measurable, we measure them. Most probably these all are measured in ounces, kilograms, grams, these all are sugar, and these all what we measure them, isn't it? At the same time, when we are using them in speech, how we use? We say them a glass of water. So here what we are using, glass of water, measuring unit, we are calling with some measurable things. Like when you want to ask someone a cup of coffee or give a coffee, you want to say that I have given a cup of coffee, then what do you say? I have given him coffee. It is not like that. We say that a cup of coffee, isn't it? In the same way, glass of water. So we call these uncountable, these nouns with the, means I gave a cup of coffee or I gave a cup of sugar. We express them like this, I need a glass of water. So we call them, means we in front of these uncountable nouns we use these measurable units like a glass of, a cup of, etc. With this topic we have concluded our nouns topic. If any doubts, I request you to mention them in your comment box so that I can respond to that doubts. Please subscribe and share my channel. Thank you.